So you may know Randall Stephenson as the chairman and the chief executive of the telecommunications giant AT&T, but did you also know that he is actually the president of the Boy Scouts of America? Now, of course, the Boy Scouts of America have been in the news because of their annual jamboree, which turned into one of the Cringe Fest 2017, in which President Donald Trump spawned on a bunch of 11 to 17-year-old boys to boo Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. Now, how does AT&T relate to the Boy Scouts of America? It's because there's a little bit of a deal in play going on that Randall Stephenson needs the Trump administration's approval to go through. In his other role, the role as the chairman and chief of AT&T, he has been trying to court Trump and the administration as AT&T shepherds its $85 billion deal for Time Warner through the Department of Justice. The department is currently conducting an antitrust review which evaluates how the deal would affect competition in the industry. The process is supposed to be private and apolitical, but there are concerns in Congress that President Trump is trying to influence it. This, of course, comes after Donald Trump really hates Time Warner Cable's CNN, so he's not a big fan, and White House advisors have reportedly considered using their influence on the deal as leverage against CNN. And one advisor said the administration won't support the merger if CNN President Jeff Zucker remains in his role. And to make things look even worse, Stephenson himself has had several calls with the president, and he also visited Trump Tower before the inauguration. So now we're seeing a little bit of a tie about how that annual jamboree got so out of hand and why the Boy Scouts of America haven't really done that much to apologize. They issued an apology, but it was a little weak sauce for me.
Yeah.
And now this deal, we know about this deal, there's a connection here, I would say.
So just to clarify a few things, they did not release an apology. What they did was explain that, they were like, I mean, it's just tradition, like we have the president come and speak. And it's true, they usually have the acting president come and give a speech. And so, some people kind of like didn't like it, but this is just what we do, sorry.
It's true. It's actually, I was being very generous in characterizing it as an apology because it really was just them saying we're nonpartisan.
Right.
That was it, that was pretty much it.
And the reason why they had to release a statement is because so many parents who have their sons in the Boy Scouts were disturbed by that rambling mess of a political rally speech that Trump gave to these kids. So
to children.
Exactly.
Children, teenage boys.
Yeah.
Not even constituents. Like, I mean, they're not, who are they voting for?
Yeah, so there's two traditions here. One is that the sitting president of the United States is an honorary president of the Boy Scouts of America. They get invited every year. They don't often go. Obama spoke to them in 2010, and then Trump did it this year. The second tradition is that if they do speak to the Boy Scouts, it has to be very nonpartisan, non-political. And so that tradition is completely violated. So their statement saying we just follow tradition is actually not true. So now, does Stephenson care more about Boy Scouts and Weeblos or the $85 billion deal that he's got cooking with Time Warner? Of course, he cares more about the deal. So now this story is actually a tiny bit more complicated because Trump is pretending to be against the deal, and he is using his leverage to try to get Jeff Zucker fired from CNN, which is like, everybody's shocked and chagrined by that. But the reality is that presidents do that. They do, but they're smart enough to do it behind the scenes. Trump is too stupid to realize you're not supposed to just say it. So he just says it, then it seems like political interference. But the reality is that Republicans are going to approve this merger. Okay, I don't know if Trump will be around long enough to approve it, but if he is, he will, and other Republicans will, because there's a lot of money to be made, and these are their donors, and that's why this guy, the Randall Stephenson from AT&T, is on the advisory boards, and he went to Trump Tower, and he's making calls, and he's inviting the president, the Boy Scouts. That's not, I mean, like, they get normally invited anyway, but all the rest of it is because he's trying to smooth things over and get that merger approved. And when Republican donors are on the line, it's gonna get approved, mark my words. Help us build independent media together. TYTnetwork.com/join.